Hello folks, my name is Mark and this is UCD Videos. How you guys doing? So I was at Walmart and I saw these little micro arcade machines which looked pretty awesome as hell. They had a couple of different games like Pac-Man and like Mappy, but I had to pick up Bad Dudes because Bad Dudes is like one of my favorite arcade games from back in the day. It's pretty cool. If you've never played it, you know, it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up where there's ninjas and that kind of thing. Anyway, but this thing I thought was a pretty cool little unit. It's kind of large. I mean, compared to the size of my hand. It's got some really cool artwork going on there. And it's by a company called My Arcade. So this is a micro arcade machine, 6-inch collectible retro arcade machine. Removable joystick. I guess if you want to just play with the cross pad, you can take the joystick off. So before we open this guy up, let's check out the artwork on there. Yeah, pretty cool. There's like a dude on fire. This guy right here, let's zoom in on that. This was one of the bosses in the game, this ninja that like splits, you know, multiplies himself. Okay, we got some stuff going on the back here in multiple different languages. Okay, you can kind of see full color screen. Okay, focus. Thank you, camera. Features. Features artwork inspired by the original Bad Dudes arcade cabinet. Perfect for any game room. Blah, 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 whatever. Made by this company. Register products at myarcadegaming.com. Alright. And then this thing on the back here, on the side. Bad Dudes game history. Released in 1988. This classic arcade asks one simple question. Are you bad enough, dude, to rescue the president? Yeah, that's the plot, you know. In the game, the president has been kidnapped by ninjas, so instead of sending the Secret Service or the FBI or something, they send you because you're like, you know, a bad dude. Anyway, let's open this guy up and see what we got. Okay, we got the unit out of the packaging, and I gotta say that it's actually very nice. I really like the feel in this little joystick thingy here. I could see it going either way. Like, I guess you can take this thing off. So that's kind of like if you just want to play just with the pad here. That's kind of cool. Let me screw that back in. I really like the build quality, I guess you could say. It's very very sturdy, you know. Really good plastic on here. It doesn't feel cheap. The buttons actually have very good play, and I'm pretty stoked about that. And I just like how everything's very nice and clean, and you got this kind of nifty little galaxy pattern sort of thing going in the arcade cabinet there. And I like this artwork. I'll have to look up and see if this actually matches the arcade artwork, but I wouldn't doubt that if it did. I mean, it looks like something you'd see in an 80s arcade machine. Let's see what else we got. Data East logos hanging out back there. Here's our little, I think this is the on button, right? When you turn it on, so that whole thing just depresses like that. You know, it looks like the quarter area. Okay, yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Takes how many batteries does this thing take? 4 AA's, not too bad. Got our speaker back here, volume control. That's nice. There's some volume control. A lot of these little mini arcade replicas don't actually have volume. Headphones, that'll be nice too. And in addition to batteries, you can use a USB cable to power that. So 5-volt USB. I think I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to try it with a power brick. Let's see. So this is just a sticker that we got to take off here. Let's just remove that so that we can actually like play the game. And let's power it up and see how it looks. Hey folks, we're back. So I did confirm that it does power up if we use a USB cable. But, you know, I'm using batteries here because my cable isn't long enough to reach my little filming area. So anyway, something to be aware of is that this is the NES version of Bad Dudes. It's not the arcade version, which some people might get a little mad at that, but I think it's fine. It's actually a pretty good translation of the game. So you can kind of see it here. It's looking okay. It actually looks a little washed out in my camera. Like, in real life, the colors pop a lot more. So I just think that's kind of like the limitation of the equipment I'm using here, you know? So you can choose between Blade and Striker, which I always thought those were cool names. Let's be Blade. I am Blade, right? And then you get this Secret Service dude telling you that the president has been kidnapped by ninjas, right? That's literally what it says. You know, are you a bad enough dude to rescue the president? I mean, see, that's the thing is that, you know, back then we didn't need plots in our games, right? That's all you needed. So there goes me up there. You got one button that attacks, right? You can do a punch. You can crouch and punch, right? You can kind of press up and punch. You can, if you press forward and you're the right distance away, it'll kick. So it kind of like does it automatically. See how he's doing that sort of slide kick. That kind of like does it depending on the distance of the bad guy from you. And then you can do your normal kind of jump attack. You know, wah! Come on, ninjas, show me what you got. Rawr. So we won't play too long, but I do want to get to the first level boss here, so... did I die already? Dang. Okay. Well, anyhow. I'm a ninja. So you see how it's a little, like, choppy? Like, the actual arcade game is like that. Right. It is kind of hard to see a little bit, as far as, like, they're throwing, like, ninja stars at me. There we go. There's the first boss. First boss is Karnov, actually, who got his own NES game. Right. They're doing the Karnov theme. Ah, I got killed again. Bring it, Karnov. Ah, damn it, wrong button. There we go. What? I died again? Oh, well, anyway. You get the point, right? So let's go ahead and stop that. Let's turn this guy off. I think it's actually a pretty cool little unit, you know. I would have preferred to have gotten the arcade machine, but what are you going to say? Now, one more thing before we call it quits here. I want to compare this to some of the other little mini arcade things that are on the market now. So this is by a company called Big Fun, that put out these little arcade replicas last year, and you can still find them in stores every once in a while. And just to kind of give you an idea of the size of this unit. So if you look at, say, this unit and then this one, it actually looks more like an arcade machine, and it's larger. You know, it's larger across like that. It's got a comparable screen, but I think the screen here is a little bit bigger there. So you can sort of see, like, you know, you can see the kind of similarities, right? About how, you know, this would display pretty good with these things on a shelf. And just for fun, here's also another little mini arcade thing. I did a review on these little guys, these little keychains. These are like arcade keychains. To kind of give you an idea of the size, it's like way bigger than those, right? But I think this is actually pretty cool. I think I'm going to play some more after this video is done here. Because you can actually kind of see what's happening a lot better. You know, you can versus something like this. Something like this is nifty as a novelty, but you couldn't really get like a hardcore gaming session out of something this tiny. And even, to be honest, something like this is better, but still a little hard. But I think this is a lot more responsive. It's a lot easier to see what you're doing, stuff like that, and the sound is better. And of course, it has an option for headphones, so that's nice. So anyhow, I did see other games out there on the shelf that from the same company. They had like Pac-Man and like Mappy, and a couple of other. Burger Time was another one that I think I might actually pick up the Burger Time one. You know, but I had, of course, to get Bad Dudes because, you know, it's fucking Bad Dudes. So, anyway, folks, that's all I got. Adios.